What is up, guys? In this video, I'm going to be going over what we know so far about Fortnite Chapter 6 Season 2. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful, informative, interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and comment down below what you hope to see change in Season 2. So the first thing that we know about this season is that it should be starting on February 21st, which is a Friday after the next upcoming Friday. And this is just known from the Battle Pass tab. If you look at the current Battle Pass, it says it goes until the 21st. So the 21st should be when Season 2 happens, unless there's a delay, which there hasn't been season delays in quite some time. The next thing we know about this season is that it is actually going to be a heist-themed season, and the codename for this season internally is robbery gameplay, which definitely hints at some sort of heist theme. This is something that is a somewhat hot topic within the community because we've had several kind of heist-themed seasons over the past few years. Like, you could argue that Chapter 2 Season 2 and Chapter 2 Season 2 Remix, which was literally the last season, are both heist-themed. Like, they're kind of like spy heist-themed. And then we also had Chapter 4 Season 4, which was clearly heist-themed with the opening of the vaults and getting the mythic weapons from Kato Thorne's kind of arsenal. And then we also had the Most Wanted update in Chapter 4 Season 1. And a lot of these kind of updates or seasons were universally praised, so I definitely get why Epic would want to do another heist-themed season. They've all been pretty good, but also I get why there is some kind of fatigue within the community about this sort of theme. If you guys haven't played any of these seasons and you're asking yourself, like, what does a heist theme even entail? Basically, within Fortnite, I feel like what people consider to be a heist theme is vaults and bosses, or vaults and then POIs with guards at the vault, and then you need to get into the vault. Like, usually you do this by eliminating the boss at the vault and then opening the vault with the key card. And then within the vault, there's typically extra loot. We've had times where there is special mythic weapons in the vault, or you get a mythic from eliminating the boss, or just both. So I would expect next season to have POIs with guards in them who are protecting the vault, and then a boss you have to eliminate to get a card to open the vault. That's pretty cut and dry, simple, kind of what is considered to be a heist theme within Fortnite. And then there's a whole kind of host of items that go with that, like suppressed items or things to break structures. There also was a new robber NPC added to the bird POI with a recent update, and she sells shockwaves and then also has unique dialogue lines when speaking to Midas, or Daigo, I believe is how you say his name. And this isn't really too exciting or special. Like, it's nice that an NPC sells shockwaves, but I think what is interesting here is that it's a robber NPC. It's not like they just added a random NPC to the map to sell shockwaves in the final few weeks, like, maybe. But I think also the fact that it's a robber NPC and fitting with the heist theme of next season, I definitely think this is foreshadowing and not just a random NPC that they happen to pick. I could be wrong on that, but it seems to be the case to me. Also, fitting with the heist theme, it is expected that the flare gun and C4 are expected to be returning sometime during Season 2. In Chapter 4 Season 4, there was kind of like these heist bags around the POIs. Instead of the special chests for that season, there were the heist bags. And then from them, you could get things like C4, I believe EMP grenades, maybe the rocket ram as well. A lot of heist-themed items were kind of confined to those robbery bags. So I wouldn't be surprised if those bags kind of return to the POIs to give you supplies to kind of open the vaults or break through the vault POIs. That's something that's happened many times. And then we also should expect some sort of new chainsaw or ripsaw launcher item. The chainsaw we recently had in Chapter 5 Season 4, I think, was very good. A lot of people really liked it. A lot of people were also annoyed with it as a melee weapon, but I think if you're comparing it to the Typhoon Blade, I would much rather deal with the chainsaw than the Typhoon Blade. So I think the chainsaw was an item a lot of people liked recently. The ripsaw launcher, I believe we had in Chapter 3, and it would shoot saw blades that would kind of roll on the ground and then destroy what was in their path or deal damage to people. I thought this item was really bad. Even in build mode, it really wasn't that great. So unless they're reworking it in some way, I don't really expect the ripsaw launcher to really be that big of a deal at all. Fortnite has also recently updated the Getaway LTM, which was a heist-themed LTM that initially came out in Chapter 1 Season 5. In this limited time mode, you would have to open saves on the map, like it would be marked on the map where the safe was, And then if you open the safe, you would get like a crystal llama, and then you would need to take that llama to the escape van to capture it and win. We haven't really seen LTMs much in recent years, but we did get a remake of the Floor is Lava LTM in Chapter 5 Season 2. So basically last year's Season 2, we did get like a big LTM remake. So the Getaway LTM being remade, I think makes a lot of sense. It fits with the theme of the season, and it is something that people have wanted for a while, just a return of LTMs. I believe we also did have a Doom LTM during Chapter 5 Season 4. But as far as just like remaking LTMs, this is something they did during Chapter 5, so it doesn't come as a huge surprise. But I still think a lot of people will like it. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Getaway LTM or LTMs in general, but obviously, like I said, they have their fans out there, and this one definitely fits with the theme of the season. Another thing that people have kind of connected to this season from past leaks that have never come out yet, this is something that happens a lot in Fortnite, where things will be leaked and rumored over the years, and then they don't come out right away, and a lot of people think it's just never coming, but sometimes it ends up happening. And so this is going to be car hijacking. This was leaked over a year ago, I think, and when it didn't come in the car season we recently had, a lot of people thought it was just scrapped, but I've seen some leakers say that maybe this car hijacking would fit with the heist theme. This personally isn't something that I would really want to come to the game. I feel like the way car combat is in the game right now is just kind of fine. Like, I feel like the way car fights play out is good, and this hijacking feature I don't really have much hope for or much interest in. And on the point of leaks kind of being out there and not coming true, this results in a lot of people thinking that leakers just make stuff up. As someone who's followed the game for many years, I don't think that is the case. In Chapter 5, we had weapon mods. Those were initially leaked in like 2020, so it took years before they ended up coming to the game. The movement features we have right now with like wall running and wall kicking, that was also something that was leaked and rumored for years before it came to the game. So just because something hasn't come out yet doesn't mean that it's fake, and maybe this car hijacking feature would fit with the next season. If you guys are wondering what a new season entails or what should change with a new season, I've been getting asked about this a lot recently on stream for whatever reason, but the map is going to stay mostly the same. We're going to be on the Chapter 6 island still. A section of the map or several POIs on the map will probably change though, like probably 3 or less POIs typically, maybe 4, but like it's not like the entire map is going to be different. It's usually just a section or a few POIs that end up changing season to season. And then as far as the loot pool goes, there will probably be some changes, but not like a complete overhaul. Like maybe between like 20 and 40% of the loot pool will change. There will be some things removed, some things added, but it's not like an entirely new roster of items and weapons. Some will remain, some will go. That's just usually how it goes season to season. And if I had to say how much would change, like I said, it would probably be between 20 and 40% of like the loot pool and the map that changes season to season on average. I didn't do a lot of thought into those numbers. It could be a bit off, but that's just kind of my expectation. Some things will change, but a lot will stay the same, and that's kind of how Fortnite seasons tend to play out. There will likely also be new medallions and new bosses, and then the current medallions will go. So Shogun X Island, I wouldn't be surprised if there's like an overhaul with the island and then a new boss on there with a medallion. And then same with the Night Rose NPC. I don't expect her unlimited ammo medallion or mythics to be in the game next season. We also should be getting a mini event at the end of this season. I'm not going to go too much into detail with this event because I know a lot of people like to be surprised with the events. I likely will have another video on event information once we get closer to that date and once we know more. But as of right now, we don't really know much aside from the fact that this is expected to be happening at the frozen gate above Warrior's Watch. And then it should also have several days of buildup. Leakers initially said it would have 10 days of buildup, which would mean it would need to start within a day or two if the season is going to be ending on the 21st and the event is going to be taking place prior to that. But I also think the amount of days required for the build-up is subject to change. Like they could just reduce the amount of time each stage has. But either way, we should start to see things progressing with this mini event any day now. And then we'll get more information about kind of when it's taking place and what it's expected to be. We've had several mini events over the past few seasons. I think almost every season in Chapter 5 had one. A lot of times people are let down with them because they're expecting like full scale live events like we used to get in Fortnite. But I think for what they are, the mini events are fine as long as people's expectations are reasonable. I think if you just go in with kind of, you know, moderate or low expectations with the event, you'll probably have a good time. But if you expect the world, if you expect, you know, the greatest Fortnite live event ever, it doesn't seem like they've been doing that as much. But either way, we should know more about the mini event and more about season 2 as we get closer to its launch. As always, if you guys did enjoy this video, find it helpful, informative, interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like to see more. Comment down below what you hope to see change in season 2 or what you think of the upcoming heist theme. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.